Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Klay Thompson responds to trash talk from Draymond Green. Klay Thompson is ready for the smoke from his former teammate. The new Dallas Mavericks guard Thompson issued a response this week to the trash talk that was recently lobbed his way by Draymond Green of the Golden State Warriors. Green promised that he would be running through Thompson's chest when the two teams faced each other this season. In an interview with Rachel Nichols of Fox Sports 1 this week, Thompson was asked about Green's comments and proceeded to return some fire. "If so, I'll take the 2 free throws when he runs through my chest," said Thompson. "I'm a pretty tough guy, so I think I can handle it." The 34-year-old Thompson spent the first 13 years of his career with the Warriors before finally leaving this off-season. 12 of those years came with Green as his teammate, and the two went through every possible up and down together, including 6 NBA Finals berths and 4 championships. While that is more than enough to forge a lifelong bond between the two, it will be a very different story when they take the court against each other this coming season. The Warriors and Mavericks meet for the first in Dallas on November 12th and then again for a pair of games in February. Green was already doing some savage things to Thompson when they were teammates, and it may only get worse now that the two are on opposite sides of the coin. Warriors play preseason finale Friday, having crystallized expanded rotation plans a few minutes Tuesday after Steve Kerr touted the depth of the Golden State Warriors inside T-Mobile Arena, calling it their potential edge after his second unit tilted a 111-997 victory over the Los Angeles Lakers guard Gary Payton II, who recorded a +13 performance in 15 minutes, candidly agreed through his signature grin. "We've got a lot of people who can play right now. Steve's got a problem on his hand for the regular season. See who he's going to keep in what type of flow we have," said the 31-year-old Las Vegan who went to nearby Spring Valley High School. "It can be anybody's night. If somebody has an off night, somebody is going to step up as he sifts through combinations as he searches for his starting and closing lineups. The Warriors believe they can lean on their depth to win minutes, quarters and games the season beginning Wednesday in Portland against the Trailblazers." Throughout the preseason, Kerr has affirmed that his team has 13 rotation-level players for a 10-player rotation with a roster rife with ball handlers, capable shooters and effectively interchangeable perimeter defenders. The Warriors' second unit should be a strength more for you. Warriors Moses Moody pushes for minutes amid intense wing competition. Golden State Warriors swingman Moses Moody is maximizing his preseason performance while Warriors rule Lakers in Las Vegas as Andrew Wiggins helps show what's possible in his return. The Golden State Warriors reached 5-0 in preseason action by beating T. Lakers 11-97 in. Independently of who comprises it, it's going to be tough on Kerr with figuring out lineups and rotations. "That's a job I'm happy I don't have." Combo forward Kyle Anderson said laughingly after a recent practice at Chase Center. K confirmed as much Thursday after practice during another discussion about Golden State's depth, explaining the worst part is telling at least 2 maybe 3 very worthy position rotation players that they're not in the plans that night. "The best part," K said, "is in the wake of absence the Warriors can sustain their style of play, feisty defensively, sprinting, running. We have the depth to do that for the season. Take Tuesday for example, when against the Lakers the Warriors were without Anthony Melton and Brandon Podmski, do it all guards who are positioned this season to handle the basketball, drive with it, shoot it and defend it in a variety of lineup combinations." The second unit was formed by Anderson, Payton, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody and Kevin Looney. Both units had playmakers and organizers Stephen Curry and Draymond Green for the starters and Anderson for the reserves. Both units had shooting Curry and Andrew Wiggins for the starters and Hield and Moody for the reserves. Both units had cohesive defensive structure, Wiggins for the starter, top opposing wings or guards. Jonathan Kuminga has size and strength on the wing. Green remains among the league's most disruptive roaming defenders, and Tracy Jackson Davis is Golden State's top rim protector for the second unit. Payton Payton anchors the point of attack. Hield has been active within the team's defensive structure. Anderson and Moody can match up at multiple positions, and Looney is a savvy interior defender. Warriors trade pitch lands $117 million. Three-time All-Star. The Timberwolves acquired Julius Randle as part of the Karl-Anthony Towns trade in the 2024 off-season, but there's little guarantee that the former Knicks forward remains in Minnesota for the long haul. Randle, who owns a player option worth $3.90 million for the 2025-26 season, could potentially opt out of his contract to test free agency in 2025. As such, Minnesota could preemptively trade him to avoid losing the three-time All-Star for nothing. With that backdrop, fadeaway World's Fran Lee proposed a trade that would send Randle to the Warriors in exchange for a large haul of assets. Warriors would get Randle, Timberwolves would get Andrew Wiggins, Tracy Jackson Davis, 2026 first-round pick, 2028 first-round pick. The writer argues that Randle could help the Warriors form a new death lineup, especially due to his ability to push the pace and dish to teammates. The Kentucky Alum averaged 4.7 assists through his 5 seasons in New York and also improved enormously as a defender playing under Tom Thibodeau. Thibodeau regularly used Randle as a small ball 5, a role he could potentially replicate in Golden State. Randle's fit, while unconventional, could be reminiscent of the small ball units that took the Warriors to championships in the past. Lever wrote on October 17. His ability to grab rebounds and push the ball in transition, much like Draymond Green does, would allow Golden State to maintain their up-tempo style. Although Randle's shooting efficiency isn't elite, his willingness to take threes would force defenses to respect his range, opening more lanes for Curry and others. With Stephen Curry turning 37 in March 2025, the Warriors enter the 2024-2 season under immense pressure. They can't afford to waste the waning prime of one of the sport's greatest ever guards and inarguably the best player in franchise history. As such, several analysts have urged the Warriors to prioritize Curry's prime over the development of the young core of Jonathan King, Brandon Moses Moody and Tracy Jackson Davis. If the court head of players does not take a significant leap in the 2024-25 season, the Warriors front office could be forced to make some difficult calls by the February 6 NBA trade deadline, their last chance to improve the roster ahead of the 2025 playoffs. Their Kuminga situation is particularly complicated since the fourth-year forward was due for an extension entering the 2024-25 season but hadn't received one. If the Warriors were to let the extension deadline bypass, their chances of moving Kuminga increase exponentially. Per ESPN's Brian Windor, a key player to watch is Jonathan Kuminga. He is in the middle of contract extension talks right now, Windor said on the August 30 episode of ESPN's First Take. If they sign him to an extension, it's more unlikely they trade him. However, if we get past the October deadline of an extension and they don't find a deal, he becomes a high probability of being traded during the season. As for Podziemski, the Warriors refused to move the second-year guard for several insiders in a trade that would have landed them Lauri Markkanen. If the Warriors can hold on to both Kuminga and Pods and still acquire Randle, it will be a huge win for them. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Julius Randle? Leave your opinion in their comments.